So in my darkest hour, this little guy saved my butt. Let's talk about it. What is up, guys? California Phantom. I'm here with the Autel Lite Plus, here to share an important commercial drone pilot story. Most of you who follow me on social media know that my main aircraft for commercial work is currently the DJI Mavic 3. I have it for many reasons, but I love the way it flies. I love the loiter time. I love the range and the signal, the lack of signal interference, the smart controller integration. A lot to love about this drone. But I also love, most importantly, the color science. We're getting a micro four thirds sensor on such a small platform. It's sort of a no-brainer. I want to get the very best image across, and I feel like I do that with the Mavic 3. Now, that being said, I had a situation where I had a very important client, a very large project over near the Sacramento International Airport. I'm sure you know where this is heading, but I had to file a 30-day FAA waiver. If any of you commercial pilots out there are aware of the system, you go to a specific website, FAA website, you put in the coordinates, you put in the address, you put in all the details of the flight parameters, and you basically ask permission to access what would regularly be considered a no-fly zone. There's plenty of videos that describe what's legal and what's not legal flight, so I'm not going to really go into the technicalities and the specifics of this, but you can rest assured I got a 30-day waiver and I was prepared to fly. Now, one little additional step to these lovely drones is the geofencing, the lovely DJI Geofencing. It requires you to access DJI's FlySafe website, where you can enter your information, your login, like you'd be logging in on your DJI app, Fly app. You basically put the same request information as you would on the FAA portal. You upload your permission slip or your approval form from the FAA, and typically in a matter of a few hours you get approval through DJI, and subsequently you'll be able to fly that same area that you've gotten approval from the FAA with a DJI drone, and everything should be hunky-dory. So this is where the frustration happens with geofencing and DJI. I had the approval, I went through the DJI portal, which I will show you guys now. This is basically what it looks like. You sign in to your account, you enter your address, you put your flight parameters, you have an upload section where you can upload your FAA approval, your manual authorization, and bingo, DJI should, in theory, unlock that specific region on that day to match the FAA approval so you can fly. Now, this doesn't happen all the time, but unfortunately on this specific day, it was coming up with errors. Now, initially it said it failed to unlock, that I would need to restart the app. I restarted the app with hotspot connected to my phone, and it failed again. I completely turned the drone off, restart everything, load it up, and I got a second failure. Now, mind you, this is with a big time developer standing right next to me. They're expecting to see my drone go up in the air, and I'm telling them that I'm having issues, that I'm having situations. It breaks down the level of professionalism as a pilot because it's something that goes beyond my control. I'm basically relying on DJI and its nanny software to work, and meanwhile I have to have it work in the moment I need it to work in front of my client to produce the footage that they've paid me an exceptional amount of money for. So to make a long story longer, I tried it a few more times, disconnected, refreshed my Wi-Fi, refreshed my hotspot, and multiple times later I was still stuck. The DJI app grounded my Mavic 3 and I was unable to perform the flight. Now, that is when this little red-headed, or I should say orange-headed stepchild entered the chat. It's something that I do keep as a backup because the lack of geofencing and the simplicity of the software. I always bring these on location just in case I have issues with DJI. And fortunately enough for me, the EVO Lite Plus worked exceptionally. I got it immediately in the air. I told them that it was a situation of the hardware, of the Mavic 3, but I had spare platforms. I'm a professional. I maintained that business relationship with that client and ended up making the client happy. Now, as a commercial pilot, I can say I'm kind of vain when it comes to image quality. Any of you snobs out there who have multiple drones know that there's a difference between the footage that comes out of the Lite Plus and that comes out of the Mavic 3. The thing that I have to remind myself is not always and not everyone can tell that, and that there is a tremendous amount of value to a drone that doesn't fail you versus a drone that may give you better results or give you better imaging but fails all the time. It's something to keep in mind when you guys shop around for your commercial drone, whatever platform, whatever situation it may be. Definitely want to consider the geofencing as a limitation. And again, final plea to DJI as a company, for commercial pilots, get rid of the geofencing. I don't know why we're still having an argument in 2022 about geofencing. We're about to enter remote ID territory. A lot of the drones are going to have specific identifications that will be linked back to individuals. So why are we still having to unlock our drone when we have the necessary tools and authorizations to do so in a legal manner? I don't think you're really helping anyone. And if you want to keep the geofencing, great, keep the geofencing. But for commercial pilots, for license holders, we're talking about people who do commercial work, why can't you just upload your identification, your FAA card, get your approval, and then allow yourself to remove the geofencing while your license is valid? So as long as you're holding that 107 license, you don't have to deal with the nanny software that is geofencing from DJI. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the Autel Lite Plus versus the Mavic 3. Which one do you got? Which one's in your corner? If you got one, maybe you got a backup, let me know your backup in the comment below. We'll catch you on the next adventure.